Joining me is Jonathan Busarow, the Artistic Director of the Fort Wayne Children's Choir. Jonathan, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, Melinda.
Well, I'm excited to learn more about Fort Wayne Children's Choir. And one of the things that I think people will never realize is that it is 40 years old.
Yeah.
Tell me about the history of Fort Wayne Children's Choir.
Sure. Well, the Children's Choir was founded in 1972 by a woman I think was a visionary, Jocelyn Bassey, and it was formed as an after-school program. They're called the Choristers of Peace. And today, we've incorporated and become the Fort Wayne Children's Choir, and we serve a role that is more important today than ever, with arts programs being attacked and under siege. And so today we are filling a great need here in the community.
Yeah, I know there's kids who want to take choir in school, but sometimes they can't, either because it's not being offered anymore or because this doesn't fit in that block schedule or something like that. So, and you're serving children of all ages.
Right,
well.
Yeah, we start with kids in about 3rd grade and we go all the way through high school. And even if there are kids that are younger than 3rd grade, we have a preparatory program that they can start to get some of the skills of learning how to read music and learning the process of, sitting still and learning the basic steps of how we sing and form a choir.
And most important, watch the director.
That's right. Well, that's very important.
It is. Tell my own children that. Always watch the director. Now, you have a concert coming up this weekend,
We do.
Harvest Concert. So
Yeah.
tell me about that.
The Harvest Concert is this Friday and Saturday, so starting tomorrow, and it's at First Presbyterian Church downtown Fort Wayne, and it's at 7:30.
Each night?
Each night is at 7:30. It's the same concert both nights,
Okay.
so just find the night that works best for you.
And how many children are taking part in these concerts? Is it every child who's in Fort Wayne Children's Choir?
The program is quite large, actually. We've got over 250 kids in the entire program. And so because of that, we can't have all the kids in every concert. So there will be a few choirs at this concert. So there will be about 120 kids in this concert. And in our next concert in December, the rest of the choirs will appear.
Well, you were explaining to me a little bit about how the children are split according, and maybe you can explain to me how those divisions occur with all of those children.
Sure. Well, in our program, we're a music literacy focused program. We teach kids how to read music, and it gives them a lifelong skill so they'll be able to sing for the rest of their lives. And part of that is teaching them exactly how to take a piece of music, pick it up, and read it. And so we have a curriculum that's in place, and there are 7 different levels, and we put kids based on their ability into those different levels.
So just because you're 8 years old doesn't mean that you're in one particular choir or another?
No, it's focused on ability, and that's one of the difficult things is that sometimes you can have a little range of ability, but it's also one of the great things too that kids from all different backgrounds, all different ages coming together to sing together.
Well, and speaking of singing, we have a clip of your lyric choir.
Yeah,
correct?
This is the lyric choir,
yeah.
and they're doing a medley, a gospel medley, and this was taken I think a year or 2 ago, but it's a great representation of the kids in our program and the things that we do.
Okay, if we can watch that.
This train is not for glory, this train. This train is not for glory, this train. This train is not for glory, only room for righteous and holy. This train will carry me home. When that train is not for glory, this train. When that train is not for glory, this train. Oh Lord, this train is not for glory, only room for righteous and holy.
There is just nothing more fun than singing a children's choir like that. They're terrific. They're singing in all those different parts. They're just professional. I mean, really, the quality is excellent.
Right, and that's just one opportunity that our kids have. That's one of our normal concerts that you got to see a snippet of. But we're not focused on the concert all the time. There's a process, that education that happens along the way. We have fabulous educators that are helping our kids, and they give them opportunities to sing in great locations. Other than just the concerts, we try and find all sorts of collaborations.
Well, now the kids who are singing there, how often do they rehearse? Are these weekly rehearsals? I mean, it's got to be pretty regular.
Right. We try and give our kids a fairly regular routine. All of our choirs rehearse at least once a week, and then the top treble choir, the concert choir, rehearses twice a week.
Okay, so they're
and those
a little more
rehearsals,
rigorous.
Yeah, those rehearsals happen primarily at IPFW. We have the privilege of being an artist in residence at IPFW, so we get to have our rehearsals there, and some of our concerts in the season are there as well.
Well, that's just one of the collaborations that you were talking about. You collaborated with lots of arts organizations in Fort Wayne.
Sure. We started this season off with a collaboration with the Fort Wayne Ballet and the Heartland Chamber Chorale in a performance of Carmina Burana.
That was wonderful.
Yeah, and there are many more things that we're looking forward to in the future, working with FAME, the Fort Wayne Philharmonic, and the list goes on and on.
And I think you're even singing at the Festival of Trees.
Yeah, we're singing at the Festival of Trees. The lyric choir, which you saw on the screen, they're going to be performing at Festival of Trees too.
And there's an event coming up with IPFW, the Three Rivers Choral Festival. That's coming up pretty soon too. Right,
the Three Rivers Choral Festival is an event that we're hosting at IPFW, so the Department of Music and the Children's Choir are working together. And we're putting on a festival where we're inviting area high school choirs. So there's a high school from Ohio that's coming, and some from the Fort Wayne area. And we're going to bring in a clinician, Dr. Robert Ward from Ohio State University, and he's going to work with all the different choirs. They'll sing some pieces on their own, we'll sing a piece together, and it's just a great celebration of choral music happening here in the community.
Is it an all-day workshop, then with a performance at the end?
Yeah, it's on Saturday the 17th, and we start at 9 a.m. and we'll have a concert at 4.
That's a long day.
Yeah.
Wow, but the end result is going to be wonderful. Now, the concert that you're going to be doing, this harvest concert that's coming up, can you tell me a little bit more detail about that? That is one of the things that you're doing to celebrate the 40 years. So how is the program structured for that?
Well, the harvest concert coming up at First Presbyterian this weekend, it gives several of our choirs an opportunity to perform. And one of the things is that they have an opportunity to perform all sorts of different music, and hopefully our audience will get to witness that and experience that. They'll sing music that's very old and music that's very new by composers that are still living today. And we try and give our students a breadth of music that's very diverse, so that we're also reaching students that are very diverse at the same time.
How long is the program? How many pieces are performed?
I think that there are about 11 pieces on the program, and with a little intermission in the middle, it'll be just over an hour.
That's going to be a great concert. The other things that you do besides the collaboration, you really have a mission at Fort Wayne Children's Choir. Tell me, more in depth about this.
Well, I've hit on some of these things, but our mission is to provide a choral program of artistic excellence to children from diverse backgrounds. All children are welcome in the Fort Wayne Children's Choir. And part of that music education is teaching them that literacy that I was talking about earlier. It's such a valuable skill that our students take with them and they use for the rest of their lives.
Now, how big is the staff at Fort Wayne Children's Choir? You've got a lot of kids who are involved, but I bet you don't have a huge staff.
Well, as one of the challenges that many nonprofits face, we always wish that we had more staff, but with the staff that we have, they're really fantastic. I'm brand new to the organization, and so I got to experience walking in and having things with a community that's there to support me. So we have Denise Bates as our executive director, who is fabulous at her job, getting out into the community and spreading the word about the children's choir. We have staff like our Director of Operations, Janet Treadway, and she's been there for now over 16 years.
Oh my goodness.
And then we have new additions to our staff. Susie Pierce is a new addition to our staff, and she's our Director of Outreach. As we're looking to grow the organization, she's helping us locate places and children and families that we can reach and help serve that diverse body. Now, that's just our administrative wing. There's also an artistic wing, too.
Right.
And so, in addition to myself, there are 5 other directors of choirs that work with all of our kids.
And plus accompanists.
And accompanists, right, of course.
And I'll bet a lot of parents who help out.
Right, and volunteers really help make the organization go. It's a wonderful thing to have such a supportive family with the Fort Wayne Children's Choir.
So how can students get involved with Fort Wayne Children's Choir?
Well, the first thing that you can do is come to our concert this weekend and then see what we're all about. And then you could call our office at 481-0481 and set up an audition time. We're always accepting new students.
All the time, or are there kind of like a few times through the year that are...
Well, there's a big push for recruitment in the spring as we wrap up our last year and we look to start our next season. But we're always taking students. Now, if a student came today, they wouldn't be able to sing in the concert this weekend.
Right.
But we will try and get them involved as soon as possible so that they can start building friendships and start learning everything that all the rest of the kids are learning.
And no experience necessary. They don't
Nope.
have to know anything. They can
Nope,
just
we'll
have
take them from the beginning.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here today,
it's my
Jonathan.
pleasure. Thank you.
I'm Melinda Haines with the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. On the next Arts Weekly, we'll take a look at 2 of the many holiday shows around town. We'll chat with Joel Frumkin and Rich Najik from the new Huntington Theater and Supper Club, and with Brian Wagner of the Fort Wayne Arena Dinner Theater to find out what they're cooking up for Christmas. Drop by Thursday evening at 7:30 to meet our guests on PBS 39.
The preceding program on PBS 39 was made possible in part by
Excellence lives here in northeastern Indiana. It's reflected in more than 200 nationally recognized degrees. It drives our Division I sports. It's alive in our campus life. Excellence has a name, IPFW. Around our campus, around the country, around the world. Excellence lives here. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.